So I'm going to talk about a book. That's right, reading. But don't worry, it's got pictures. Anyway, so the other day it was my birthday, and one of the gifts I got given from my dad was this, John Landis, Monsters in the Movies. Now this is a horror compendium which explores all the different sort of monsters that we've had throughout movie history, and it does a really great job. It balances it, you know, in a really nice way. It's not too in depth, but it's not too light. It's just right, and it's loads of fun. Anyway, I'm going to talk a bit about this now in more in depth. Let's do that. Come on. Okay, so let's take a look inside this bad boy. Ignore the shoes, tripod, box of Toblerone, bottle of water and bottle of gin, because that, my friends, is a killer mix and will only lead to ruin. Anyway, okay, so John Landis, Monsters in the Movies. Okay, so let's take a look inside. Got all these awesome old monster movie posters on the inside of the book. Don't worry, I'm not going to go through every single page. That would take some time. But the entire book is fantastic. It sort of goes through the entire history of monsters in film, and it's got a really wide approximation. It's got a really wide idea or scope of what it claims, you know, a monster is. So we've got all the sort of stuff with like ghosts and we get zombies, vampires, all sorts of different things. And what's great is that it's broken down largely into the different areas of the famous monsters. So here we have vampires. We've got Bela Lugosi there. There's the man, Christopher Lee. And as we go through this, it sort of talks a little bit about the history of the vampire, gives different examples of it. And we have, you know, there's loads and loads of great pictures in this book. It's really fantastic. Really, really great. And if we go along here, eventually talks about all the different Van Helsens. And oh, there's one of my favourites, the Fearless Vampire Killers. We go through, there's Fright Night, whole bunch of stuff. I said I wasn't going to go through every single page, didn't I? I'm not. I'm looking for the interviews. Okay, so every now and then the book is broken up by these great little interviews corresponding to the area in the book that it's the type of monsters that it's talking about. And this one, Christopher Lee, and it's really, really great. It's got some fantastic stuff in here, you know, and a nice little bit where he's talking about how Peter Cushing is like an absolutely superb actor. I really loved reading that. And then, you know, the book just continues. The book doesn't get bigger. You get werewolves, going through all the different werewolf-like films. Then you have like the sort of mad scientists. Another favourite of mine, there's Reanimator. I mean, all the posters and artwork and all that's inside this book is really fantastic. And yes, that was E.T. you saw there. Sometimes, oh hello, sometimes, oh hi, sometimes the point is made that monsters don't have to be frightening. And for those of you who know what I love, there's also ghost stories, sort of the ghost genre. There we go, that's the ghost genre there. And you know, it's just really interesting. I mean, a lot of the stuff you might know if you're a big fan of film, but really you will learn some things. And what's great about this sort of thing is that there are films that you didn't really know existed which get pointed out to you, and it's just fantastic getting all the little bits of trivia. And really, more than anything else, something like this for a horror fan is just, it's really beautiful, you know, all these different photographs, production stills, artwork, posters. And look, I mean, I love the fact that, I mean, Landis compiled this personally, and look, he's got loads of stuff from, I don't know if you can see that, from the Amicus films. You know, a lot of people don't mention that. I mean, here we've got Killer Dolls, Dead of Night started it all really, Magic, obviously Chucky over here. You know, it's just, and then Scary Children, and they are scary. Space Monsters, so it talks all about Alien, and hey, there's Robocop. You know, we've got sort of man-made abominations. And what's great as well is the film concludes with a Monster Makers, oh, it's got a Human Monsters section, I forgot about that, where it talks about serial killers on screen. There's Night of, is that Night of the Hunter, or Cape Fearlessly Night of the Hunter? And yeah, so it talks about all sort of human monsters as well, but it concludes with Monster Makers, which is what I think is really great about this book, is it takes the time to thank and appreciate the people that actually make these sorts of films. I thought this was great. This was an appreciation of Ray Harryhausen, and they all these people are here. They're not photoshopped in, as far as I know. And you've got like Peter Jackson. There's Peter Jackson there. Sorry, there's John Landis right there. You know, Rick Baker. Fantastic stuff. And I don't know if I've already mentioned this. One of the first things that happened, found out there's a John Carpenter interview in this book. Amazing. It just gets better and better. Well, there's the awesome Peter Cushing zombie makeup being applied from Tales from the Crypt. So anyway, just an absolutely wonderful book. John Landis has his critics, but in compiling this book he has done a really great job, and I really would recommend this highly to anybody that's a horror fan, anybody that wants something that's not too academic, you know. But that's not to belittle the book in any way. It's just that it's not for like serious study of the horror genre. It's all about fun, and you know, who doesn't love fun? Anyway, so go check that out. That's John Landis, Monsters in the Movies. And I just thought I would show this to you guys and hopefully recommend it to you. See if any of you guys have got it. If you've got it, let me know what you think of it. And if there are any other sort of like horror compendiums and things like that you can think of, let us know in the comment section. I can't even say comments section, I said comics section. Yeah, let us know in the comics section. I wish they did have a comics section. That would be awesome.